Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be bringing back a video I used to do towards the beginning of my channel, and I called them sip and makeup videos. If you've been around for a while, you may remember these. I used to, on Fridays, I would post a get ready with me and I would call it sip and makeup. And the reason I did that was because it was kind of my way of unwinding at the end of the day or just whenever, and I would get a cup of coffee and we would just do our makeup together and chat. Wasn't really reviewing anything. It was basically just some makeup therapy. I love makeup, I love coffee, so I wanted to combine the two things, and I kind of miss doing these videos. So I'm gonna bring these back. I used to do it every single Friday. I don't know that I'll do it every Friday, but I'm going to do it more often, more regularly, I should say. So today I was thinking about what I wanted to do for this video. I am going to use this palette. So this is the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Nirvana. So this was the holiday palette from 2021, I think. So I bought this palette a few months ago. I found mine at Marshall's for a pretty good price. I think it was $34.99, which is a little bit less than half the retail price. But I think you can also get this on sale on the Pat McGrath website right now. But I have not used this palette yet, and I thought today we would use some color. Now, you know me and my neutrals. I love neutrals. In fact, I get a lot of interesting comments sometimes about me always using neutrals, and I understand everybody has different preferences. I personally feel the best and the most comfortable in neutrals, and I find that's what makeup is about, is making you feel your best, whatever that is. And for me, it's neutrals. But for all of you out there that love to tell me that I need to play with color, we're gonna do that today. Now it's gonna be, I'm not sure which colors from here I'm gonna use, but I figured this would be a good palette to do that with. We've got every color in the rainbow in this palette. We also have some neutrals, so I don't know what look we're going to do today, but that's kind of the fun of these videos. If you've been around since the original sip and makeup videos, let me know in the comments. But if you're new here, my name is Blair. I do all kinds of beauty and makeup content here on YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I am posting 5 days a week, Monday through Friday in June. So make sure you're subscribed. And I know this was a long intro, I'm sorry. Let's get into it. Depending on the time of day that I'm filming these, this may be tea that I'm drinking, but right now it's coffee. This is my second cup of coffee today. I typically have two. I try not to have a third. Sometimes I do in the afternoon, but I saved my second cup to film this video with you. I just think there's no better feeling than sitting in a quiet room with a hot cup of coffee and putting on makeup. There's just nothing better, in my opinion. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna really shock you because I'm also gonna do my eyes first, which I never do. I feel like since I don't really know what I'm doing with the eyeshadow and we're gonna use color, I feel like I need to do that first. So we'll do that, but we're gonna start with brows. I feel like I can't really do eyeshadow if I don't have brows on. I don't know, it just feels kind of strange to me. So we're gonna do brows first. I'm gonna use the Refi Brow Sculpt. This is a pretty fresh one, so I tried to wipe some of it off before I went right in. So the trick with this product is, first of all, you don't want to get too much in your brows, and that's kind of difficult when it's new because you have a lot of product on here. Let's try switching it over to the other side. This stuff works so great if you can get rid of the white residue. So you just have to kind of keep going back and forth with it. All right, so once you have it applied in there, you can take the other end that has this brush, and I usually like to take this end with like the larger bristles and kind of brush through them. And then you can flip it if you want to the other end and kind of press them down so they're not quite so fluffy. Okay, now I'm going to fill them in. I'm going to use NYX Micro Brow. I do find that when I use a product like this in my brows, I kind of have to use a brow pencil that's a little bit more waxy, just because that Refi stuff really slicks it to your skin. So you have to have something that can actually get through that hair and really adhere to the skin. So that's why I'm using this pencil. And this is the Cool Brown shade. Finally got them done. I'm remembering now how much I love a fluffy eyebrow. I have not been doing my brows like this lately. I used to do it all the time. It takes a bit of time, but gosh, I love a fluffy eyebrow. I just love it. Okay, I'm taking the Rare Beauty eye primer for a base today and just applying that all over. I really like this eyeshadow primer. It's been one of my favorites lately. I set my eyes with some Maybelline powder. Now let's go in with the eyeshadow. All right, in my world, the best way to do color, now this is just my opinion, is to start with a neutral shade first. So I'm gonna go into this shade here. It's like a light, kind of a taupey brown, definitely on the cool side. And I'm gonna apply this in the outer V, or just in the outer corner basically, not really the outer V. And then I'm gonna bring it up into the crease, and I'm kind of rounding it, like I'm going pretty far up because I don't think I want this to be a super like cat eye kind of eye look. So I'm rounding it up here to keep it more of like a round shape. Obviously, you don't have to do it this way. You could definitely go right in with whatever color you're wanting to use. I just find if I'm gonna do color, I like to do it this way. I think just helps you blend a little bit better, and it's just kind of like a little stepping stone to like a brighter color, you know? Trying to decide what color I'm gonna go with. I think we're gonna go into this shade. So there's two purples in here. There's a brighter one and then this one that's kind of the same but just a little bit lighter. I'm gonna go into the purple, the lighter purple first. Okay, and I'm taking this on the Spectrum 80 Jane Hughes number 11 brush. Because it's kind of a shader brush, but it could also be like, it could be a lot of things. It could be a crease brush, a shader brush, kind of a different, more unique shape. It's kind of similar to MAC 217. And I'm gonna pack this all over the lid and then just kind of buff whatever is left up just a little bit, not a ton. This is such a trust the process moment. I have no other makeup on, so it looks very, very scary, but it's gonna come together. Okay, I'm gonna take that brush we used for the taupe shade and blend a little bit more. I feel like blending when you're using color is also key, because the more you blend, the more seamless everything's gonna look, you know? Now we're gonna go into that darker purple. So down here, so this is purple, like real purple. I'm gonna start kind of like I normally do with liner, right in the center of my eye, and then come out with it. You know what? This purple is applying really well for a purple. We're gonna do a wing. It's not a super precise wing because this is not a super precise angled brush. Just kind of want to get the shape there. Trying to decide what to do next. I really want to use this, this really sparkly color. Also kind of want to use this pink. All right, I think we're gonna go with this pink first. I'm applying this in the center of the lid. Actually, I'm just gonna kind of apply it all over. I'm gonna bring it in this inner corner and just kind of tap over it. So we're tapping over that purple color we laid down. The gold over here would probably be kind of cool, but I also just, this one looks like such a fine, like wet looking shimmer. Look at that swatch, you guys. That's that color. Ugh, that's so pretty. Okay, we're gonna go in with that with my finger and just tap, kind of bringing it up. We're gonna stop with the eyes for right now. We'll finish up with a little bit more and kind of tweak things. I'll probably put something in the inner corner also, but I love that shade. That's probably, of course, that's probably my favorite shade in the whole palette. All right, let's move on. I'm gonna use some primer today. We're gonna use this green one from Makeup Forever. I'm just gonna kind of tap that in with the what is this? Sephora 64 brush. Of all the green primers I've tried, this one is definitely my favorite by far. I'm not going to take it away, but it definitely tones it down. Let's move on to Corrector. We're going to use Pixi today. This has been one of my go-tos lately. So if you guys have any ideas for these sip and makeup videos, let me know, like if I should do like a certain theme each one, or create a certain type of makeup look, or I guess I could do maybe videos that you guys request for these, or I could do in my community tab before I film one of these, I could put like a poll up asking what you want to see, what product you want me to use maybe. This stuff is so good. I feel like I underestimated how good this Pixi corrector is. Also, you guys, my NARS under eye brighteners, the soft matte brighteners that just came out, apparently they got released way before Sephora on the Ulta app. I don't know why. They came out like last Sunday on Ulta, but then I saw Sephora's not getting them until, I think it said June 2nd. So I'm not sure why Ulta got them so early. But anyway, those are supposed to be coming tomorrow. So when this video comes up or goes up, it's probably going to be June 2nd. This should be the following Monday. Or the NARS under eye brighteners should be the video for the following Monday. For foundation, we're going to use Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin. I haven't used this lately. And we're going to use the shade 5N, which is not my perfect color match, but I think it'll be okay. And you guys, I have a fresh, brand new BK Beauty 106 to use today, and there is just nothing better. So this is my absolute favorite brush. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. Tell me your thoughts on the new Natasha Denona palette, the Yucca palette. I don't typically get super excited about her palettes, not because I don't like them. I like them. I don't always feel the need to like buy every single one that she comes out with, but you know that green got me with that one. I think I may have to buy that one. Let me know your thoughts. But I thought at first maybe there's a few shades in there that look like kind of orangier colors, but I think it might be the photos because I've seen a few people that got it early somehow. I've seen a few of them on YouTube, and when they swatch it, it doesn't look orangey at all. It looks very like khaki green, which is my favorite thing. I love those colors. So I am really thinking about that one. But let me know your thoughts. I think when this video comes out, it should be available on Sephora, I think. Let's do bronzer first before concealer today. So I want to use this, the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Cream Bronzer in the shade Fair. So I pulled this out the other day. I was filming, I think it was an Instagram video, and I forgot how much I love this so much. I'm using the 109 from BK Beauty to apply this and just lightly tapping it on. This is a really nice color. It's not too much, it's not too warm or too cool. I would say it's pretty neutral. For concealer, I want to use Natasha Denona. I am loving this concealer, you guys. The more I use this, the more I absolutely love it. Like it is so nice. It gives great coverage. It wears really well on me. I have been absolutely loving it. Just adding a little bit kind of all over. And this shade is a really good one for me, 2N. So if you're around my skin tone, I really like this shade for me. All right, so I'm using the foundation brush to blend kind of the center of my face. And then I'm also gonna use it right under that bronzer. It just kind of sharpens everything. And then I'm gonna take my Sigma F03 and start blending under my eyes. So do you see how far this blends? Or it spreads, I mean. You do not need a lot. It's so interesting, this formula, because it is really thin, but it still gives really great coverage, which is not typical. Usually a formula that's more thin like this can give some coverage, but not like a ton. This one gives like a lot of coverage for how thin the formula is. Like, look at that. This is definitely like quickly moving its way up in my favorite concealers. Coffee break. Also, this is one of my favorite mugs ever. It's all faded because I've had it for a long time, but it says happy wife, happy life, which is true. One time, this was years ago, I had a fight with my husband and I don't even remember what it was about. It was probably about something dumb, but he like left and went to work, and when he came home that day, he came home with this mug. But it's true. So now I'm gonna do some powder. I think we're actually gonna do powder blush today. So I wanna powder my face before I go in with that, just to make sure it applies well. So I'm gonna use the Maybelline powder. And I'm just gonna set my whole face very lightly with this. I'm skipping my under eyes. I might end up setting them, but I don't know. Actually, this Natasha Denona concealer does very well with no powder. All right, for blush, I wanted something super neutral since the eyes are definitely the focus. So I pulled this out. I haven't used this in a while, but I love this blush, the Clinique Cheek Pop in Nude Pop. This is probably my favorite super neutral color blush. I love it. So I'm just gonna tap this on. And I want this to be really soft and not very intense at all. So I'm using this BK Beauty 112 brush. It's a really tiny little angled brush, and I'm holding it really far out too because I don't want a ton of pigment, and I'm just like lightly tapping. And this blush is pretty because it has a little bit of like a radiance to it, but not a ton. I wasn't gonna set my under eyes, but I think I will just add like a tiny bit of powder, although I have worn this Natasha Denona concealer multiple times and not powdered it, and it wears really well. It sets down on its own really well. So I'm going to use this Morphe A14, but I'm tapping most of it off because I don't want a lot of powder. And I am just tapping this on because I do not want to move anything. And I'm not even taking it all the way up, like to my lash line. I'm just kind of keeping it like right here in this area. I'm not really worried about out here too much. I could do like a puff or something, but I don't know. I just find sometimes that can be a little bit much. All right, now we're going back into the palette, and I'm gonna take the first shade we used, so that taupey color, and I'm gonna use a small little pencil brush and apply this first. I'm using that same kind of thought process here where I use a little bit of a neutral first and then add a little bit of color with it. I just feel like it helps kind of blend everything together. Then we're gonna take the purple we used first, which is the lighter one right here, and I'm using that same little brush. And I'm just putting it right in this outer third, I would say. And then I also kind of want to do like a little bit of shimmer in the inner corner. So I think I'm going to take this shade right here. It's like a light champagne-y metallic color. And I'm going to pop this here. Overall, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with this Pat McGrath palette. This is not something that is really what I would typically go for, but I don't know, something about it. When I saw it in Marshall's, I just kind of wanted to have it to like, I don't know, play around with. I just wanted it. So I'm really happy that I bought it because it's actually very, very nice. All right, then one final thing. I mean, the eyes I really like. I feel like they don't really need that much, but I'm going to take this shade that we used as liner, and I'm going to use that little angled brush, and I'm just going to kind of stamp just a little bit of this on almost in my waterline, or as close as I can get to it. All right, I really wish I had purple eyeliner, but I don't. So I'm using this Sephora collection eyeliner in my waterline in Tiramisu. Then we're gonna curl my lashes. I'm gonna use this one from Tweezerman. And I've gotten a few questions on if I'm using or if I'm still using Lilash on my lashes. And I am, yes, I've been using it for, I guess it's been about 8 or 9 months now. And I do have a link and a code in the description box that kind of lives there now, so it's in every video. And it is an affiliate link, but I do have a code so you can save a little bit of money if you want. But yes, that's what I use. So curl the lashes. I think for this look, we should be good with black mascara. So I'm gonna use this Tarte tubing mascara. Okay, for lip liner, I'm gonna use Anywhere Caffeine from Makeup Forever. And then I think I'm gonna use this Pat McGrath lipstick. This is, I think this is the new formula, the Satin Allure like hydrating lipstick in Nude Venus. And then I feel like I need a little bit of warmth added. Maybe this, the Buxom Plump Shot in Dolly Babe. All right, one final thing I just thought about that I want to do is I'm actually going to take the blush, so that Clinique Nude Pop, and I'm going to add a little tiny bit of this to my eyes, mainly like right at this upper part of the crease, just so everything really ties together. All right, you guys, that is going to be it for the sip and makeup for today. I hope you enjoyed. This was actually very fun, and I am actually obsessed with this eye look. I cannot believe it because I had no plan going in whatsoever, but I love this. I'm so happy to have this palette, and I want to play with this again. I feel like I want to use the other colors in here and see what else I could do with this, but if you see this, or if you can still get it on sale, highly recommend. I really like this whole look, honestly, and it's just, makeup is so fun. It just is. If you're a makeup person, you get it, but this is just the most fun thing ever, to sit and don't have a plan, just play with whatever is in front of you. So I hope this is fun for you to watch, or maybe you're doing your makeup with me. I hope it was enjoyable. So thank you for watching. I will have everything listed and linked below as always. They are affiliate links, so I do make a commission if you do shop through them. Make sure to subscribe and follow me over on Instagram at simply.blair and TikTok simply.blair1. And let me know what you think of this look in the comments. Are you proud of me for using some color? I hope so. But I will see you next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye.